Yo, what's up, everybody? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for coming and taking a, look at my channel, look at this video. Whether you're a current subscriber or a possible new subscriber, welcome. We're gonna have a good time around here, especially with this video right here, because this is definitely a different kind of video for me. For the most part, usually I'm a gamer and I stay on the games, but we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do a little TED Talk. We're gonna change the name. We're gonna call it a Tron Talk. So that's what it's gonna be, and this is gonna be the first episode. And this episode is gonna be going on the subject of the upcoming J. Cole album, The Fall Off. And the thing that we got going with that is what I want to see, what the people want to see on this album, the people want to see on this album, if that makes sense. Y'all stand with me? But yeah, so how I got it broke down, I got like 5 or 6 categories, subjects or whatever, that's breaking each artist that I want to see featured on this album. So we're gonna start off. First category is called For Old Time's Sake / That's Just a Given. So this category right here is just based off of the people that J. Cole has done countless amount of features with, and people you gonna expect to be on his project no matter what. So for the most part, I'll either just say their name just to let it be known, or I'll do a little kind of breakdown and deep dive into the artists and the features they've had. Oh, and let me add a disclaimer in here real quick just before we get started. Do not be in the comments trying to fucking roast me and jump me. I am a huge Cole fan, but what I don't do is study niggas and meat ride and glaze how certain people do. I don't do that. But I take the art form and I appreciate it, but I don't do none of that. I'm a normal person just like everybody is, even though some people be some superhero glazers, Captain Glazer-Ho. Just keep that in mind. I'm definitely not against any corrections or criticism or whatever it may be. Definitely drop your comments down below, but just keep that in mind. But the first one, right off the bat, y'all should know, is gonna be Drake. Now, they've done, a couple of songs, not like many songs. They got, I feel like they no more than 10 songs. We'll leave it at that. But we do need to see much more from them, especially considering this whole album is kind of like a retiring theme, or he's thinking of retiring or whatever. Second one that we definitely need to see on this is a no-brainer, Boz, for sure. Like they may have the most amount of, him and J. Cole have done the most amount of songs together. Like I don't think anybody else has more songs with J. Cole than maybe Boz. But I'll have to figure that out. Or if y'all know, drop it in the comments. Yeah, and we can figure it out like that. But yeah, that's a given. So we also got another no-brainer, Kendrick Lamar. Now with everything that just went down recently, it may be kind of a win or lose situation. They may not be on those terms yet, but I feel like nothing too crazy happened between those two, so it could be unlikely to see that on this album, but you never know. It could be a good surprise. Next we got Wale has been there for seems like since the start of J. Cole's career, and they've been close, and they've made a lot of good music together, and I would like to see more. I think some of y'all would. I'm pretty sure some of y'all know. Some of y'all are OGs, I'm pretty sure. And I know we'll probably have some, some people that's getting into the music, but there's nothing wrong with that. But definitely a lot of his older stuff, Wale was on a lot of it. Now we got Miguel. That's another classic. They have a couple of songs. I don't feel like they have many songs. Probably like no more than 5 songs. But on those songs, they were all bangers. They all was crazy songs. They all did hella numbers. For the most part, the rest of these are gonna be everybody from his label. So we should have Lute on there. We should have Ari Lennox on there. We should have JID. We should have Omen, Earth Gang, and Kaz on there. Now, the last person that's in this category, and it may be kind of a surprise to y'all, but then you may just be like, it is a classic. I'm gonna say Jhené Aiko. Just for that one song. We didn't get to hear nothing after that. Alright, so this next subject, y'all, I'm gonna call this one, or I keep saying subject, category. We're gonna call it categories. This next one, we gonna call it We Need More / Another One, as DJ Khaled say. Since we were talking about Jhené Aiko just now, we're gonna throw a very relevant person to that person on this list as the first one. And we're gonna say Big Sean. I think they have, maybe like 1 or 2 songs together. Definitely older songs, so y'all should definitely go check those out. And I'm gonna link a lot of stuff down in the comments. Another one we need to see is Black. They had 1 or 2 songs together, I believe. It may have been 1. Correct me in the comments, let me know. Still need to see more from them. That song or songs were very good, and I couldn't deal with not being able to hear anything else from them after he retired. So yeah, they need to get on that. Next is another one of my favorites, one of my top 5s of all time. This is personal, so don't y'all get butt hurt down there in the comments. It's Joey Badass, Jovan. They got, I think, 2 or 3 songs. I know they got Legendary, and I know they've sampled each other's songs as well. The next one we got is Smino. They got 90 Proof. I can't remember if they have another song together, but 90 Proof was hot, so we need to see something else. And then we got Young Thug. I believe the only song they have together is, The London? And that was a summer, that song came out summer of 2019 or something like that. Somewhere around that time, I can't remember for sure, but that song was on replay. We need to see something else. I think that's the only song they have together. If not, let me know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. And next, another one that they've done a couple songs together is 21 Savage. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of 21 Savage, but his music is good, and when him and J. Cole get on the track together, they do good things. So we definitely need to see 21. Now this is somebody that y'all probably not expecting. Kenny Mason, I believe the only song him and J. Cole have done together is Stick, so definitely need to see Kenny Mason on there. And the next one, I'm gonna say Murray. Now Murray, he went on tour with J. Cole some years back and stuff like that, and I know they did a song, I can't remember the song. I feel like it was on the off season for some reason, but we do need something else. And now another one that we're gonna say, J-Rock. They had, I want to say 1 song. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, but out of sight, out of mind, Osome, whatever you want to call it. And hey, that song, when it dropped, I was playing it back to back to back. So that's all I gotta say. Something y'all may or may not expect, just because they kind of been, active with each other a little bit recently. I'm gonna say Daylight. Daylight, nobody actually, I feel like, mainstream people, they don't really see a lot of Daylight, but they need to. They definitely need to. They did the Play the Collard Greens song. Is it Play the Collard Greens? I can't remember. It's Play to something. And the song was nice. Like, what more is there to say? We definitely need to see Daylight on this album. Lil Yachty. I know y'all did not expect me to say Lil Yachty. They just did 1 song recently, not even a year ago. And it was a solid song. Very, I don't want to call it underrated, because people did like it and they were hyping it up for a minute. And we're gonna say Ab-Soul as the next artist. They have, I think, 2 songs together. I know they have is it Pie? But Ab-Soul floats on beats, and so does J. Cole. So why would we not want him on that album? And we got a classic here, which could have fit into the old times category, but we put him here in the another one category. And I'm gonna say Jeezy, because they got a couple of songs together, older songs together. But with the type of album that is J. Cole is making it seem like he's gonna be releasing, I feel like Jeezy would fit. Next we got Tems. I think Tems is the third female that I've named, and for a big reason, just because Tems has been that girl. I remember when she dropped, numbers were going crazy. Everybody was talking about her, and the song her and J. Cole had together, I'm blanking on the name right now, I'll put it on the screen, was magical. So I rest my case. And this is a classic that I'm pretty sure nobody would even think of. I'm gonna say Lil Wayne. They have 1 song, I believe, if that. Maybe it was No, it's definitely one song. It's Green Ranger. I'm tripping, y'all. My bad. They got Green Ranger, and I feel like they got another song that wasn't officially released, but I can't remember. But it's Lil Wayne. Why not? And now I'm gonna say ASAP Rocky. I think him and ASAP just have that one song that was released like maybe a year. I don't think it's been 2 years, but it may have been like a year. So I can't remember the name of the song. I'll drop it right here on the screen just so y'all can see. But yeah, we need more. ASAP, you know, is like kind of a, I don't want to say like a flex or anything, but he's, you know, he's flashy. That's what I'm gonna say. He's flashy, and J. Cole kind of had that type of flow in his younger days. Next, I'm gonna say Summer Walker. They got the one song, which is Two Summer from Cole, Two Summer from something like that. Song was beautiful. That was a beautiful song. I'm pretty sure a very special song to the both of them, honestly. And you know, Summer has really been on her shit since she got in the game. So you know, why would we not want to see Summer on J. Cole's possibly last album? And last but not least, we got Benny the Butcher. You know, they jumped on the song Johnny P's Caddy together, and I think that's all they got. So they can't leave us on a cliffhanger like that. So we definitely need to hear something from the both of them. And that's it for the We Need More / Another One category. Next, we are going to be moving on to the first official collaboration. Okay, and to keep it at a minimum, y'all, we're going to run through the rest of these categories. Not too fast, but, you know, we're not going to do as much. So to start off the official collaboration, since I just talked about Benny, I got to say Conway the Machine. Next up, we got Isaiah Rashad. We got Childish Gambino, Leon Thomas, The Weeknd, Chance the Rapper, Baby Keem, Tyler the Creator, Bryson Tiller, Brent Faiyaz, Gunna, Dave East, Roddy Ricch, Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples, Waka Flocka, Denzel Curry, T-Pain, Lupe Fiasco, Kevin Gates, Earl Sweatshirt, Money Man, Corday, Larry June, Boogie, also known as Westside Boogie, however you want to say it, Her, Giveon, Dreezy, Westside Gun, and Mick Jenkins. As you know, y'all can see that's a pretty kind of vast lineup and stuff, but you know, I feel like each of those artists would add their own style and their own kind of flow and whatnot on this album just to make it, you know, special in their own type of way. And next up, we got the unlikely category. These are people that either is in some type of weird predicament with Cole, or it's just unlikely that they, you know, have been in the studio or have talked in a while. So first up, we got YoungBoy. Y'all know the whole situation that was going on with that. And then next, we got Kanye. And y'all know the history behind that. For the most part, Cole has really sampled a lot of Kanye beats, but he doesn't really, you know, like the whole Kanye off the rails kind of thing. Next, we got Cousin Stiz, G Herbo, Jay Electronica, Freddie Gibbs, Chief Keef, 2 Chainz, Nicki Minaj, Jeremiah, Kill Edward. That's a funny one because if you know who Kill Edward is, you know, they say you've never seen Kill Edward and J. Cole in the same room together at the same time. Royce the 5'9", Erykah Badu, Nas, Future, Lauryn Hill, Janet Jackson, Doechii. Y'all know Doechii been on her shit this year, so it would be amazing to see her on this album for real. We got SZA, who has also been on her shit. We got Aaron May. He's low-key, hasn't been making a lot of noise lately, so this would be a perfect time for him to get back into the flow of things and, you know, get some traction again. We got Rihanna, the queen. Why would you not want Rihanna on this tape? I feel like they supposed to have been had a song. I feel like I'm blanking, but I feel like they were supposed to have a song. Then we got Daniel Caesar. You know, he was kind of canceled. And last but not least, we got Kendrick Lamar. Now, I put him in this spot just to kind of fool y'all, to keep y'all on y'all toes and whatnot. But he could have went in any other category. He could have went in the That's a Given, or he could have went in the Another One category. But just because these two niggas act like they can never get on one accord and just make a damn song, so I got him right here in this spot. I think it is very unlikely just because beef and whatnot, but also just because they just seem like they just never want to get it together. So I hope they gonna make something, but I won't be surprised if they don't. But that's it for this category. On this next category, and this is the Gone Too Soon category, this is just a list of a couple people that unfortunately passed away way before their time. I just want to say RP to all of these people. And on this list, I got XXXTentacion, also known as X. Got Juice World, also known as Juice. We got Pop Smoke. I got P&B Rock. A real throwback, we got Left Eye, and I got Aaliyah. And then we got Takeoff, who, you know, I think it's just been a little bit over 2 years now. So just RP to all these people. And last but not least, we got a shitload of honorable mentions, y'all, like crazy. But first up, we got Jay-Z, Missy Elliott, 50 Cent, Young Dro, Gucci Mane, Trader Truth. They just made a couple song or two on Might Delete Later. So, you know, not necessarily needing nothing to them right now. But speaking of Trey's, next, I'll say Trey Songz. Haven't heard nothing from both of them in a minute. Then we got Lil Uzi Vert. We got Party Next Door. We got Logic. Glorilla, she been popping. She had a couple, like maybe 2 years now she been popping. So she's still staying strong. We got T Grizzly, Rod Wave, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. We got Beyonce. Why would you not want Queen B on your tape? They made a song a while back. And it was a song that actually J. Cole had a verse. And then I think the remix was Andre 3000. And for the most part, people are split on which a verse they like more. So J. Cole and Beyonce got to get another song. We got Flo Milli. We got Queen Latifah. This is something nobody would have expected me to say, but I'm saying Queen Latifah. And then this next one too, Lil Kim. Then we got Outkast, BJ the Chicago Kid. We got Anderson .Paak, LMA, Central C, Frank Ocean, Aha Gazelle. Not too many people talk about him. If you know, you know. Lil Baby, Meek Mill, Lloyd, Offset, Quavo, Pharrell, Travis Scott, and last but not least, T.I. So now that we're done with these categories, we're going to go ahead and kind of get to the second part of the video, which is I'm going to kind of make like a mock, like a draft, not a draft, a mock album. That's what I'm going to call it. Just kind of put together what I would like to see, like a track list. And before we start the next part, I'm going to give y'all a heads up. For anybody that's watching in the dark room, got their brightness up and they watching at night, you probably want to turn that brightness down real quick because I'm about to flash y'all. Alright, and here go a track list that I think I would like to see. Something close, not, you know, don't gotta be exactly this, and you know it won't be exactly this, but for the most part, what I'm thinking the track list is gonna be somewhere around maybe in the teens. I'm saying the regular album will be 19 tracks, 20, and everything below is gonna be the deluxe edition. I got them on a solo song on the first track because you have to, and then I got a lot of double featured tracks on here, which is definitely, I don't want to say it's overkill, but it is a lot. Denzel Curry and Chief Keef #2, and then Big Sean and Boz 3. And you know, y'all can read, y'all can go down and read it. But overall, like, let me know what y'all think, because I feel like I tried to group some people who would kind of, I feel would make some good together and just kind of sound like different, you know, sound like something we ain't heard before. So that's what I tried to do with all the mixing and stuff, like with Drake and Benny, with Joey and Lou, with Ari Lennox and Leon Thomas. I feel like that would be a real good song. Omen and Janae, and then Jay Electronica and Daylight. That's like crazy. And then to end it all off, I had to put Giveon, SZA, and Tim's on some magical song that only we wish could be made. But regardless, like I said, let me know what y'all think. If you feel like I left off some artists on some tracks that could be switched around, take some people out, put some people in, or if you just, some people that I didn't mention in this video at all, drop them in the comments. Let me know what you think, where I should put them and whatnot. But hey, this video took a good while to make, took a couple days to make, so if you don't mind, I appreciate it if you dropped a like, a comment. Even if you liked it that much, you can subscribe too. It'll definitely help me out, and it'll definitely keep me making more videos like this, posting these. I guess that's all, y'all. I guess the only thing we can do now is wait for the album to come out just to see how wrong or right I was, which for the most part I know I'll be mostly wrong, but it would be nice to see I get some artists right and maybe even get some track spots right. That would be pretty cool. But hey, y'all get out of here. Y'all go have a good day, good night, whatever, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.